Recently I had an email sent to me from the brand Starking offering me one of their quartz chronograph watches, which, well, it reminded me a lot of a Max Bill, or at least it had this sort of Bauhaus design, and I thought that's actually quite a cool looking watch. It's a relatively affordable looking watch, and I really like that style. So when they said to me they'd like to send one out to me, I thought that would be great. Now, you would have seen that sponsored icon up there, and I'm going to leave a link down to their website because this watch was sent out to me. But I just want to now show it to you in a bit of an unboxing mini review style video. So my very first watch from Starking. Let's have a bit of a look. I've only had a very quick look at it prior to today, so it's a bit of a unboxing slash unwrapping slash mini review. Let's just check out what it is. And the thing that sort of actually drew me to this one versus any of the others that I've seen from them is that it had a bit of a sort of Bauhaus look to them. Gives me a little bit of a Max Bill sort of vibe to it. On a bracelet, flat ends, nice and light, white dial, obviously a chronograph, obviously also a quartz chronograph as it is ticking away from the brand Starking. Does it give us a reference number? Yep, there's our reference number for which model this one is. But I guess I should get some of these stickers off so we can have a look at this watch properly. Well, that's most of the stickers off, but let's take this final one, case back sticker off. If I can get my fingernail under there. Yep, there we go. Whoop, final sticker. And, oh, is that a 8-ball on the back? I don't know. Right, we'll come back to that. But let's move these hands. Let's see there. Is this a screw down crown? No, it is not. So that'll make this nice and easy. Let's set that. Let's press some buttons, shall we? Counter. Reset. Oh, that appears to be a running second hand. That's nice. We've got a 24-hour dial in there. Oh, yep, it's just representing that one there. I'm guessing that is the 60-second timer and the 30-minute timer there. Push buttons. We've got a signed crown there. Some applied markers there. Yep, those little buttons are applied. The dial itself is just all white, and there's some loom on the hands. Otherwise, they are sort of all polished. But one thing that does stand out to me about this, now that I've actually got it in hand and unwrapped, is just how thin this watch is. So let's see actually what the dimensions of this watch actually are. Okay, so the case is 41 millimeters. Yeah, I knew it was going to be under 10 millimeters. It has a height of 9.7. A lug to lug of 47.1. A lug width of 20. Which does not appear to be tapering on that bracelet, so it's 20 all the way across. And with all the links still in it, you might not be able to read that, but it says 117.7 grams. And by doing that, a couple of things actually stood out to me straight away. Certainly it is actually smaller than I expected. Yes, it's a 41 millimeter, but it is very thin and it is relatively compact with the lug to lug. But I think because it's all dial, it does initially appear bigger. But because of that thinness and the lug to lug, I think this one is actually going to wear quite nice. Also being a quartz watch and at that weight, it's actually a little bit heavier than I expected too. But probably comes down to this all steel bracelet. Speaking about the bracelet, you can see that it has a flat links there. These are faux links there, so there's a little bit of articulation, but it feels a little bit sticky, but not too bad. Has a butterfly clasp. And now we can have a proper look at the case back there. Yeah, there's like a laurel leaf with an 8-ball in the middle. That seems a little bit strange. What I can say is that this bracelet is going to fit up to maybe 12 inches? I don't know. I've never seen so much spare links in there. But as you can see, onto my 17 centimeter wrist, it does look larger because of that full-size dial and being 41. But because it's thin, it sits down nice, and because that lug to lug is around that 47, it means it actually fits down onto my wrist. Now I don't have huge expectations of the loom, but let's put a little bit of charge in and let's see what it is like. Okay, it's there. Oh, but it's sort of Oh, it's gone away. Let's try that again. I can lock the camera onto the watch itself. And let's try again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, relatively simple. You can tell the time, but I can already tell that it's probably not going to last particularly long. So I just had a bit of a quick closer look at the dial of this watch, and I can say that it is actually rather impressive. It's very clean. It has those sort of subdials are slightly recessed. All the markings that are printed on there are very sort of crisp and clear, and well, yeah, slightly nicer than I expected on closer inspection. So overall, an interesting watch, something a little bit different. I sort of quite like the aesthetics of it, and the functionality seems quite good. I do like that there is a ticking second hand, and I like that it has a relatively nice size. But that's all for this one. Thanks very much for watching. Perhaps you'd like to check one of my other videos out next.